Okay, ready? All right, we're going to do a B day today. I just told you we're going to go through our decks, and you're pretty confident. You told me that you could do all of these with the keyword and sound.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Keyword and sound with the, you don't have to say the letter, just tell me the keyword and sound.
Fish. Photo. Fork. Or. Farmer.
Good.
Boy. Oi. Wait. Doctor.
Oh,
Whoops.
yeah. Whoops.
Saw.
Good catch.
Shell. Tray. A. Thumb.
Good.
King. Umbrella. Music. U.
Nice.
Leaf. Cup. Sleece. Box. Rabbit.
Good.
Kite. I'm thinking of Georgia.
That's right. Uh-huh.
Just thinking of jam, then I thought of job.
That's okay. A lot of people want to say jam.
Peppa. Pig. Cake. A. Gemja.
That's the first one.
Pika. Gemja.
Good.
Queen. Station. Shan. Station. Shan.
Yeah, sorry.
Persian. Shan. Mansion. Shan.
Good.
Statue. U.
Good.
Nanya. Kitty. E. Fly. I.
Good. I almost put it down.
You're forgetting it too?
No, I'm not forgetting it. It's a plant.
Fern.
Good. You got it.
Again, I always think that fern could use improvement.
You don't like the fern. A lot of people don't. I should have brought you a fern in here. Okay.
Bristol. Beat. E. L. A. Truck.
Good.
Book. Moon. Elephant. I thought eagle.
It's where you put your money in when you're parking.
Meter. E.
Good.
Zippers. I don't know what. Head. Rope. O. Tables. Dogda. 5 I. Athlete. E. Glue. A. Spider. I. Bird. Easily. E. 8 A.
Good.
Basja. Sassel. R. Matched. Fun. Cow. House. No. O. Church. Chef. School.
Awesome. I knew you'd get it.
Star. R. Wait.
You're right. No, star, R, and
Dollar.
good.
Nest.
And
What? A toothpaste?
with a G hook.
Okay. Sink. What?
That's okay.
Yeah, my brain was.
No, you're doing great. I'm putting the ones that.
Little.
Good. This is a long one.
Apple. Bacon. A. Banana. Ball. All. Watch. I'm still not quite used to the banana.
I know.
We get down so long.
Okay, do it again. Do it again.
Apple. Bacon. A. Apple. Bacon. A. Banana. Ball. All. Watch. All.
Perfect.
Still not used to the banana. Coin. Oi. Do. Octopus. Robot.
Perfect.
I'm thinking of key.
Okay, but yeah, that's the end of the
Yeah,
word.
key.
It's an animal.
Monkey. E.
Good.
Key would also be really, really good.
Yes, it would be.
think E pi I. No,
It's-
wait.
This
thief,
is
thief E pi I.
good correction.
I'm thinking of Underwood.
What's the sound it makes?
U.
Animal.
U.
Good. I'm gonna put it here.
I agree. I also think that thing. So you don't do things.
Okay, well it's not changing.
Sykes.
And
Nose. Sykes. Nose. European.
go, 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 go. The first one's an animal.
Now sounds super.
Good.
I.
Good. This one,
Tinnigy veil A.
fail A. Where your foot is. What's on your foot?
Toe.
Okay, good. Let's go over these real quick that you missed. Animal.
Milieu.
Good.
As soon as you said it, I
Sorry,
I remembered
I know.
it.
I'm going to be quiet.
Neston. Sinken.
Good.
Star R. Dollar.
Good.
Elephant. Elephant. Elephant.
What's the sound we're looking for?
E.
E. So think of robot. Robot O. Me.
Meter E.
Good. All right.
The elephant used a pumpkin.
The elephant went to park and went to the meter. He parked at the meter.
Wait.
The
like
elephant
that.
had to pay.
No, wait. Now I'm thinking of a Woody Mammoth. I always think Woody Mammoths are more funny.
Okay. I hope that you're impressed with me.
Mhm.
Since we've finished all of our instant words,
Yeah.
I've made our own instant word sheet. Okay, and Monday or Tuesday we'll have a different variation of our instant words and sentences. Okay, so I'm going to read line 1. You read 2 through 6. Repeat after me line 1. Millennium.
Millennium.
Campaign.
Campaign.
President.
President.
Politician.
Politician.
Opportunity.
Opportunity.
Electoral college.
Electoral college.
Signatures.
Signatures. And
Okay.
all of those are.
Now, I know you know where I got all these.
Yeah.
This, don't let this fool you. This is 2 words, but they're together.
Yeah.
Okay, so these have a definite.
It's the way.
You can kind of see. We're not going to discuss these right now. Okay, so you got 2 through 6. Read them as quickly as you can.
Campaign. President. Millennium. Signatures. Electoral college. Politician. Signatures. Electoral college. Millennium. Signatures. President. Opportunity. Politician. Campaign. Signatures. Electoral college. Opportunity. Politician. President. Campaign. Millennium. President. Electoral college. Campaign. Politician. Signatures. Opportunity. Millennium. Campaign. President. Politician. Opportunity. Electoral college. Signatures.
Awesome.
Electoral college signatures. Actually, that makes sense.
Okay, I'm going to save that so I can make our sentences from that. Okay, so on B days, we're going to kind of review some handwriting. And today I want to focus on some letters that in your writing in the last couple of weeks, I've noticed could use a little bit of review. Okay, the first one, stay with me. The first one is P. And part of the P that we've had trouble with,
Yeah.
we want to swing up, stop at that dotted line, pull down, and you have a small loop,
I don't do that part.
and then come around. If you choose not to do that part, that's fine. This is what I don't want you to do. Is too much here and too much here.
That looks more like a signature.
Okay? Yes, you're right.
The
It's
signatures, they always go crazy.
That's
super
fine. I'll
fast
find.
time.
Okay, so if you choose not to do this loop, I'm okay with that. But you're going to swing up, stop, pull down to the blue, pull back around, and make sure you have a complete closure here, and then your release stroke so that you can go into your next letter. Okay.
I see AP, I think of app.
Okay. So, I want you to do a couple of P's on this sheet that I gave you. You can trace my first one.
I can't or do have.
You don't have to. Okay, swing up, stop. Perfect. Perfect. Oh,
I see.
that's a little bit. There you go. Perfect. Now hold on.
Q.
Hold on. Pick your best one here. Circle your best one. Tell me why. One reason why it's the best.
Not open. This thing starts level,
Perfect.
and this is closed.
Okay. That wasn't one reason, but that's okay. Okay, now the next letter is similar to P.
It's just that the bot is just facing the.
Okay, so you're going to
ball is on
swing
the other
up.
side.
You're going to swing under, over, stop. Come back around. Now, it's important, and what I've noticed with your P's in the last is that the loop right
Yeah.
is a bit messy.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's hard to tell if it's a Q or a G. So I want you to slow down. This one, this loop here, is not an option. You have to do this loop.
Yeah.
You don't have to do this loop. You can't do this.
Yeah, that just looks weird. That does
Okay.
not look right. That
Okay.
looks wrong.
So, show me a couple Q's. Good. Nice. All the way. Perfect.
It's like
Okay.
it's like a modified A.
Okay. We're going to skip down. Hold on. We're going to skip down to this one. G.
Which
It's very-
looks similar to Q, except the ball thing is on the other side.
That's
and
right. So
this
that's what I meant to
No.
do it. I put them in the wrong order here. My brain was not
working.
110%.
Yeah.
Okay. So you got to make sure your G is going the loop to the left.
Mhm.
If you don't do that loop, it could tend to look like a Q or you're not sure. This loop is not optional.
Again, I always do that.
Good. I need to see that loop on the... There you go. Good. Oh, perfect. Okay. Circle your best one. Give me one reason why it's the best. You can say spacing, size, slant.
Size in the this part looks more symmetry.
Okay, good. And we didn't pick our best one here. One reason.
This one is lifted. It has lift off. This one is more straight. This one doesn't.
You just can't do one.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
now
just can't
this.
do one.
Now
I
we're
need
gonna
to
go
do
back
this.
here to D.
Yeah, I
Okay.
need the opening right there.
Okay. You have to make sure it's close.
Yeah.
I don't want to see. I exaggerate to prove a point.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. No opening here. You got too much air flying in there. You've got to close it
close.
up and down. Show me a few D's. Oh, I'm thirsty today.
4
Okay.
quarts per day at least.
What, honey?
4 quarts per day at least.
I think it's because it's like rainy and cold. I'm not drinking as much
Yeah.
water, and it's just. Okay,
Same thing
these
happens
look
with-
really nice. Really nice.
I think these are the easiest one out of these.
Pick one. Okay. Now H I kind of just did for fun. Your H's are okay,
Yeah.
but you want to make sure. I've noticed sometimes with your H's, this gets it real tight.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you want to do swing up, loop left, come down all the way, come back up. You don't want to do this too tight in here. You want to have a nice spacing.
Just doing little notes.
Yeah, good. No, that's perfect. I love it.
Just for visual representation.
Don't worry about the iPad. Awesome. Okay.
Do I need to do these?
Oh yes, come on. You gotta finish it. Good. Perfect spacing. Okay, pick one. I agree.
This
Give
one
yourself a
kinda
star.
This one kind of looks like slightly like a K. This one doesn't.
Yes, that's
this one
important.
does an explosion, and then this one's just to more of a 90-degree angle.
I can't
like
tell you how many K or H's look like K's a lot of times.
Yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
moving right along. We got to keep this going because we want
Spelling.
spelling. We're not going to go through this whole deck. I want you to, I want you to echo.
Echo and then say the spellings.
And then we're only going to do about 10. And I want to see if you can figure out what they all have in common. That's fine. Okay. Say it.
H.
Oh.
L. T. C.
Mmm. Mmm.
B.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Y. Yak. That's what I think of for that.
Okay. Tell me. Just say the letter.
R. My bad.
That's okay. B.
B.
Mmm. That's why it's important to look. And G.
G.
Oh. Oh, that hurts. That we just did. Okay.
Yes, when I'm doing fast writing, I tend not to notice.
Well, and that's why we have to keep practicing. Okay, nice work. What do all those have in common?
One spelling.
Very good. Will you put your name at the top of that for me?
Should I do it for all of them?
Nah. I'll just make sure we have them all. Okay. So I talked last week a little bit about that now that we're kind of getting toward the end of our Take Flight journey, that we are going to be getting into some more grammar. And I introduced some of this last week. Okay. Let me find my eraser. So let's review some of the things we talked about last week with parts of speech. You remember what a noun is?
A person, case, thing, or thought.
Okay. And today we're going to go more into adjectives and adverbs.
The describing things.
Okay. So yes, I have a little sheet for you. Sit up with me. Okay. So an adjective answers these questions. Which, go ahead, you can read them.
Which, what kind of, how many, how much.
Good. Okay, so we're going to have some fun here for just a second. Well, we always have fun, but okay. You're a good artist. I want you to illustrate, not a word, but an illustration. It could be a symbol. It could be a little picture or a sketch.
Could it be two different things?
Sure.
Like computing and contrast?
Sure. Okay, so what would be a which kind of...
Should I?
Yeah, go ahead. That's your sheet. It could be like a size.
It's supposed to be a baseball.
I love it. Okay, what about... Oh, I like that. What about a what kind of?
That's again a baseball bat.
Okay. And this one, I said you could use symbols or what, how many. Oh, I like that. Tallies. Good illustration.
Wait, this ain't correct, I think.
Oh gosh, is that eraser? A pencil and eraser. My erasers are like... No, here's a good one.
Yeah, this is a good one. I know we used this in the beginning.
Sorry. I don't know how sharp it is. I can sharpen it. Okay. And then the last one is how much. It could be a way to answer like...
I guess I'm going to do...
like a side... Oh, you got it. You don't need my help. I love it. Okay, now let's think of some words we can just kind of brainstorm. Adjectives. Yeah. Will this help if you keep...
Large, small, flat.
Good. I can't write as fast as you got it. Large, small. Did you say fat or flat?
Flat.
Flat.
Tiny.
Tiny.
Invisible.
Could fat be one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is conspicuous one? That's a weird one.
Yeah, that could be one. What about going toward mortal? Okay. I was thinking along the lines of fabulous, beautiful.
Yeah. These are the first ones I
fluffy, if we're describing like a dog or something. Okay, so I'll keep a few of those up here. Okay, and ADJ, you know we love abbreviations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know you've been taught adjectives before. Now let's talk about.
Sometimes we do, once in a while, most weeks we do spelling words, and we need to figure out the part of speech, but that doesn't always happen.
That's good. Well, you know, the better you are at your parts of speech makes you a better writer. We're going to talk about that too. Okay, let's talk about adverbs. So when,
where, why, how, to what extent.
Okay. Now a lot of people
tend to have an ly at the end.
Yes, that's exactly
except for the when. That could be like a year or something.
Okay. So adverbs a lot of times do end in ly.
That could be an address.
What's that?
For where it could be an address, and when it could be a number.
That's right. Okay. So what I want to do now is, and I did this activity this morning with a 4th grader. We had kind of a fun time, so I thought I would try it with you. Okay, I'm going to write a sentence on the board, and this sentence, I called it a kindergarten sentence.
Because it's extremely simple.
It's extremely simple. Now, what are the 3 things all of our sentences need? Let's review that too.
Noun, verb.
Okay, remember this?
That thing.
Capital.
So beginning of last year.
Okay, I know. It's been a while. Capital, end mark, and a complete thought.
Yeah.
Okay, so read the sentence with me.
The dog ran.
Hey, if you were in kindergarten and you wrote the dog ran, I'd be thrilled. And you had a capital and a period, I would say, great job. At your age, I'd go, come on, Henry, we can make this a little better. Now, there's a couple of things that I like to make sure we have in a great sentence. Remember our W chart?
Yeah.
I happen to have it right here. We're going to use it for our sentences.
Verb, noun, and...
Okay, so...
Verb, noun are the big 2 acquirements.
Okay, so if you answer a question in a sentence, who, what, where, when, why, and how, you're going to have a pretty... kicking sentence. Okay, so I wrote the sentence. I started you with the sentence.
And that's my favorite types of sentences tend to be the one, and like in books and stuff, the types where they throw off puns or they kind of like pause, step aside to the story, and like.
I love it. And our book is going to have a lot of that. I think you already know.
I like that. Like
okay,
Percy
so
Jackson.
For the sake of time, let's kind of move on. Okay, so this is the kindergarten sentence right here. I want you to use the space here, and if you want to talk it through first, but I want you to answer all those questions. Yes. So there's some are already done. What's already done here? And this is for your check marks.
Okay.
For the sentences. So check them off. I should have done like 2 lines. I don't know if we're going to have time to do 2 sentences or not. This is if we do the second one.
What?
Okay, so I know that some people think that a dog could be a what, but it's actually a
who.
Yes. If I put boy.
And then what the verb?
Yes, exactly. Okay. So we need to answer these questions and make our sentence even better. Where, when, why, and how. So the dog ran. Let's talk it through. We can go in. We don't have to.
Right?
How is right here.
Yeah, how, because that's how he did something?
No, you're going to describe how he ran. Like,
with an that's
quickly.
An
It could be an adverb. Quickly. He ran quickly.
The dog.
And they don't have to be in this order.
Okay.
So let's do it together. Let's go from here down. The dog ran in the backyard.
I was thinking to Minneapolis for some reason.
He ran. Okay, let's keep it local.
Okay, the dog ran to
TCBY?
To the next the mansion 5 blocks away.
Okay, so because that would give you a where, And then we could say, when did he run to the mansion?
5 days ago.
5 days ago. And why did he run?
Because he smelled some really good smelling meat.
I love it. And how did he run? Like
Extremely fast.
I love it.
Because
Okay,
he
can you
wants
put that
to
all
have
in a sentence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you got to start. You have to start with the. You have 2 lines. Good. And if I were you, I would pause and check when I did it, but that's up to you. So let's see how. I thought we would do it together, but I think you're ready to kind of go off on your own. You just have to make sure you answer all those questions. Okay, I can't wait to hear it. Read it.
Dog ran quickly to the mansion down the street because he smelled meat. Hey, that rhymes.
Okay,
Street
so
meat.
let's make sure we have all of our parts. Who is our dog?
Ding.
What did he do?
Ran.
Where did he run?
Wait, yesterday. I read.
Okay.
Because he smelled
Yeah,
meat
you can just
yesterday.
perfect. You could
Let
even.
me go get the door.
No,
Okay,
no, that was your
Yeah,
brother.
so
I heard him. Okay, so let's check. Okay, so we have who ran, or who's the dog? What did he do?
Ran.
Where did he run?
The mansion down the street
When did he run?
yesterday
Why did he run?
because he smelled meat
And how did he run?
quickly.
Boom. That is like a middle school sentence. And I haven't checked your spelling, but I bet it's pretty on target.
Except the mansion one.
No, you got
that's
it
right.
right.
Yeah, that was the only one I had trouble about.
Okay,
And then maybe one other that I can't remember
no,
which one.
you spelled almost everything right, except just look at this word.
Street.
What?
Street.
What do you hear at the end? No, you have street. There you go. Very good. Okay, we'll do the next sentence on Tuesday.
Okay.
Deal?
Yes.
And the more we practice this, but just to review real quickly, the 2 main grammar concepts I wanted you to get was adjective and adverb. These 2 parts of speech really make sentences rich. They make them interesting to read. The dog ran is a kindergarten sentence that I want to just fall asleep. It's so boring. We don't write boring sentences.
I didn't even do anything around that one. If I could do a free writing, probably something more ridiculous.
No, we're not doing that.
No, if I could do it freely or whatever.
Okay.
I would definitely have to do that.
Let's get to our book. Now, since we have finished... Oh, our books look so much alike.
Yes.
Since we finished all the rate packets, this is what I want to do. I want to do a quick timing you to read for 1 minute. And we're going to note how far you've read, or how many words you've read. And then we'll compare it next week.
Okay.
Okay? I think you're going to do fine. And you did awesome with the instant words that you're going to find a lot in the first part of this book. I think you figured that out.
Yeah, easy.
Okay.
Even with the electoral college, there's only one time that is used.
Okay.
In politics.
All right. So let's review too. While we read, we've been over this before.
Chapter 2.
Hold on. This is a book that we have chosen together, and it's a great grade level for you. We're going to go over our W chart, W and a 1H chart as we read. So when we come across whose, we're going to look for whose, what's, read it with me,
When's,
where's,
why,
why's, when's, and how's. Okay. As we read, we're going to stop and talk about these. Now, I also want you to be looking for adjectives and adverbs that we just went over in our grammar practice. So as we're reading, if you come across those, I want you to kind of point them out. Okay, so what we're going to do first is time you for a minute. I'm going to note in my book. Okay, we're going to go back though.
Time to panic.
Oh my gosh. I mean,
I
know you're going to love this book.
I like chapters like that.
Okay.
Time to panic.
Okay, so if I recall, we read the prologue, right?
Yeah, we also read chapter 1.
All of it?
Yes.
Oh, you were supposed to finish it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so we are on chapter 2. So I'm going to time you for a minute.
And see as far as I can get.
Yes, but now let's review 2.
Mm-hmm.
I know reading out loud is not your favorite thing. And your
Probably
mom...
one of my least favorites.
I know. And your mom has talked to me about wanting you to get more confident reading out loud because as you get to middle school, it's something you're probably going to have to do a little more often. Okay? You're a great reader. Things to think of when you're reading out loud.
Mm-hmm.
What's the goal when you read out loud? How do you want to sound? You want to sound like a robot talking like this? Or do you want to sound like you're having a conversation with someone?
Yeah. My mom is really good at that. She's really, in the Percy Jackson, she's really good with unique voices for the characters.
Oh, good. Your mom
I
is.
really like
okay. So, yes, you can definitely change your voice as the characters change.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great technique.
And it
But-
takes a while to learn.
Yes, and I don't expect you to do
Yeah,
that.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay, so I expect you to pause at commas,
Mm-hmm.
pause a little bit longer at periods,
Mm-hmm.
look for quotation marks, and look for things like if a word is italics.
Stress it. Like,
Yeah,
always.
I just saw that.
Yeah,
You and I were on the same
always.
page.
Like that is, I like that
Yeah.
in the context like
Okay.
this.
So the goal for reading out loud is to try to sound like you're talking to someone or telling them a story.
Mhm.
I am going to time you, but I don't want you to rush. It's not a race.
Like the stories.
I would rather you read accurately than fast.
Mhm.
Okay. So when you're ready, I will press start.
Okay. On the way home from Lane's house, I walked down Jennifer Street and saw June Sayles sitting on her porch. That was no big surprise, as June Sayles is always sitting on her porch. In fact, if I ever walked by her house and didn't see June Sayles sitting there, I would rush to call the police because something must be terribly wrong. But there she was, as usual. Judy Moon, she hollered.
Check that.
Judson Moon,
Good. Judson Moon.
she hollered. You come up here this minute and have a glass of lemonade with me. I'll tell your mom on you. I bounded up the steps. June Sayles is an old African-American woman I've known since the days she used to babysit for me. She has Parkinson's disease, which makes her hands and legs shake.
Oh, good. Perfect.
At the end of a period.
Okay, hold on. I'm just going to mark this with a light pencil in my book, and I will come back, and I'll count this tonight, and I'll tell you about it next week, and then we'll see if we can go. And we're going to read that same page and see if you got a little faster. Okay, so do we have any who's?
Yeah.
Oh, stop. We don't have time for that. Okay, who do we have our who's?
June Sayles.
Okay, good. Well, let's look at the front.
Lane's house.
Lane's house.
Judson Moon.
Good. We've got a bunch here. Okay. So I want you to flag those. I know that.
Two.
Yeah, just roll with it.
Oh, if we just do it for any highlighting.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're gonna do blue.
Okay.
Always.
So there's a lot of characters introduced here.
I'm just gonna put one.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna put two.
well, we've got June Sayles, Judson Moon, and we've got Lane's house. Okay, so who is June Sayles?
African American woman who used to babysit for him.
That's right. Okay, she used to babysit for him. And what does she have?
Parkinson's disease.
Okay, and what is that just based on the reading?
Makes her hands and legs shake.
Okay,
I
good.
don't know what it's called by, but I definitely am going to ask my mom about that.
Yes, your mom would know. Okay, so let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. I'm not timing anymore. Let's continue to look for. Well, where are they?
In her house.
Yeah, well, they're on her porch, right?
Porch,
Because she says they're always sitting there.
She is.
She is. She's saying, "You come up here and have some lemonade with me." Can you kind of picture her in your mind?
From what you just said there, she sounds sassy.
Kind of sassy.
Yeah.
Well, she's bossing him around.
Yeah.
She's an old African American woman. She said, "Judson Moon," and she said she hollered it. So, Judson Moon, you come up here this very minute. Okay, keep reading. You're doing great. But her mind.
But her mind works fine. Still works fine. It's a little hard to understand what she's saying sometimes, but I usually find it's worth the effort to try and figure it out. Judson Moon, what are you, in 5th grade now? 6th. 6th grade? She marveled. The perfect grade. When you're in 6th grade, you know everything in the world. There is to know. In 4th grade, you know nothing. In 5th grade, you know nothing. And then suddenly you hit 6th grade and you know it all. Nobody can tell you nothing. Then a funny thing happens when you get older and become a grown-up. What's that, Miss Sayers? You don't know nothing again, she said, breaking it in her cracker laugher. Strangest thing. That's because you probably forgot about it because you're not going over enough. The lemonade tasted good, and I popped down in the rocking chair next to Mrs. Sayers' wheelchair. Who's the first president you voted for, Miss Sayers? Franklin Delano Roosevelt, she said, drawing out the middle names so it sounded almost musical. Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Announcer voice.
Yes, it is like that.
And you know who was the last president I voted for? Franklin Delano Roosevelt, she said, just as proudly. You haven't voted since 1940 for 50 years. Why not? Haven't come across anybody worth voting for since for FDR, she said, shaking her head. Truman, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Reagan, none of them were worth voting for? Out of my book, politicians. Poll takers, where a woman or money comes along who really wants to lead the country and not just play politics. Then I'll put a lever on it for him. Till then, I just sit here on this porch and watch the world go down the toilet. That's a pretty good metaphor.
Oh, good.
I drained the glass and set it down on the railing. Miss Sayers, I said, sticking out my hand, my name is Judson Moon. I'm 12 years old and I'm running for president. What? What? Of your student council or something? No. Of the United States of America. You're crazy? Even when you were a toddler, you were crazy. Still remember the time you hid my glasses in the pan and I baked them right under the cake.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
No, I'm not kidding, Miss Sayers. I'm thinking I might actually do it. Politics changes a person, she said, pointing her bony fingers at me. If you're hard out and puts a stone in his face, not mine. So I bounded down the steps. She cupped her hands around my mouth and called out to me. You're an open.
Okay, that's kind of slang. It's suffix ing, but there's no g, so you say opening.
You're opening a mighty big can of worms, Judson Moon.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's stop here and kind of do a quick review. So who are the main characters just in this chapter?
Judson Moon and Miss Sayers.
Okay, what are they doing?
They are talking. They're talking, and some words arguing.
Kind of having an argument. Well, just kind of a conversation.
Some ways.
Yeah, in some ways. Okay, where are they?
Still on the porch.
Still on our porch. Okay. And when is it? When do you think this is? When is this taking place? Winter, summer? If you had, it didn't really say exactly, but what do we know? What do we know about the time of year?
I guess.
Do you remember?
Spring, summer, or fall.
Okay, so during the school year, because he's talking about, she's asking him what grade he's in. Okay, if you had to predict, or not predict, but election. Do you know when the election is? The presidential election?
A lot of elections are in the
November,
fall.
right?
November, yeah. That's when the Congress elections are going to happen.
Okay, good. So real quick, you made a comment about the writing style. It rips your heart out and puts a stone in its place. What do you think that means?
It changes you.
Good. It changes you.
For the worse.
And then what is you're opening a mighty big can of worms, Judson Moon?
Opening a big can of bad luck. Or a big thing. Or a big problem.
Yeah, opening something. So that's some really, really descriptive writing there. And I did hear some adjectives. Definitely. Let's keep reading, because let's keep going. We've got a few minutes. Would you like to listen? Or you want to you're doing great. Why don't you keep reading? 1 or 2 more pages.
I was sitting on the lunchroom at school with Elaine and a bunch of kids. Everybody was talking about what they're going to do on New Year's Eve. Man, I'm going to party all night, said Christopher Hadley. It's not just New Year's, it's the turn of the century. It's the turn of the millennium. That happens once every 1,000 years. It's just another night, Matthew Moore said. Besides, it's the turn of the millennium in 2001, not 2000. That is actually correct.
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be campaigning to be the president of the United States. Everybody will start laughing. Oh, yeah, I'm sure, said Eric Hagel.
Okay, let's stop here. Let's get some flags. We have a new what? Well, we have a new who. Who else is in the room?
Those, the kids.
Okay, good. We have, what's his name? Christopher Tadley.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Murphy. So who are all these people?
Friends or other kids at his school.
Yeah, they're classmates. Okay.
School
And
mates.
where do we have a new where? They're not on the porch anymore.
They're at the lunchroom at school.
Good. Okay. Okay. So he says, everybody bursts out laughing when,
He said that.
oh yeah, I'm sure, said Eric
He's
Hager.
mocking him.
And I'm going to fly to the moon on a unicycle blindfolded.
That's even less possible.
That really is.
Like, how are you going to get back, dude?
Okay, I'll read
You're
one
gonna blow
page.
that during the entry.
I'll read this 12, you read 13.
Okay.
And then we might have to wrap it up. Might have you read the rest of the chapter for homework. Okay. He's not kidding, Lane chimed in. He's really going to run for president. Somebody at the next table turned around to face us. It was Arthur Krantz, president of the Future Lawyers of America Club and just about every other dorky club in school. If anybody looked like he was running for president, it was Arthur Krantz. He even wears a tie to school on days we don't have assembly. When we were younger, all the kids called him Smarty Pants Artie Krantz. Now, of course, we're much more mature. We call him Booger Boy. I don't even want to get into the reason why.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I know why.
Arthur was sitting with some other nerds at what we call the DERF table.
That's Fred spelled backwards.
Oh, Fred spelled backwards. We used to be friends when I was younger. That was before I figured out what a dweeb he was. He hated me ever since I told him I didn't want to hang around with him anymore. What do you know about the presidency, Moon? He sneered. Okay, you got 13?
A lot. I shot back defensively. Oh yeah, if the president and the vice president die, who becomes president? Arnold Schwarzenegger. Or whatever.
Oh gosh, Arnold Schwarzenegger. That is a mouthful.
Yeah. The the kids at my table started giggling. Really funny. The president, the vice president die. The speaker of the house becomes president. You should know that. I never knew that.
Oh, you didn't?
No, seriously. Like that's only happened once.
Okay. Yeah.
Like if they were both to resign.
Okay, keep reading.
Oh, big joke, Moon. Tell me, Mr. President. Tell me, Mr. President, what do you have to do before you can declare war on another country? I have to call CNN so they can get a camera crew out there right away. My table is howling. Fingers ramming the table with his fist and tears are streaming down his face. I think it was funny in the beginning. Arthur Krantz screamed up. Arthur didn't give up. What's the electoral college mean? Everybody knows that. It's where you go to learn how to become an electrician.
That's pretty funny. That's really funny.
Put it all in the middle of your name. And it says that you are, Moon, a moron.
Oh, that's pretty clever. Do you see that?
Yeah. Well, that doesn't necessarily disqualify me from the president, does it, Virgo boy? There goes speed mode. There go. Flame Virgo. Waste of oxygen.
Okay, there's a lot of adjectives right there. Okay, we're going to stop here. Okay.
Waste of oxygen.
Lots of description, lots of reaction from the reader. That's how the way this author is writing is keeping you interested.
Yeah, I like that.
That's how.
That. Waste of oxygen.
Okay, we're going to continue. I didn't realize how silly. I've actually read this and I don't remember it being that silly. Okay, so we do need to wrap up. Hey, seriously, your reading out loud was very, very good, and you read like you were wanting to just talk and enjoy it and have fun. Okay, we will actually homework. I'd like you to finish that chapter.
Easy.
Okay, and predict kind of in one or two sentences. Tell me what you think might happen. Just this chapter. Don't move on to the whole rest of the book.
Okay.
Just this chapter. One or two sentences of what you think might. A little prediction.
Do I need to write them down?
No. Just tell me.
Okay, should I now?
Yeah, tell me. Oh yeah, just tell me what you think.
They're gonna keep arguing and talking. At
Okay.
the table.
Okay, they're going to continue their argument.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think any other characters might come in?
Soon. Yeah. Probably soon.
Okay.
Definitely some. Then possibly a major character sooner or later.
Okay. I think you're going to like this. All right, quick review for today. You did awesome with your cards, keyword and sound. We reviewed adjectives and adverbs, how to make a better sentence. We're not writing like kindergartners. We're using descriptions, answering our questions of who, what, where, when, why, how. You did great with your handwriting review. Awesome day. Okay.